Hey y'all, it's your girl Kayla, your CEO and glow specialist of Honey & Go Cosmetics, and I'm back with the message. So I want to share with y'all a quote that I got out of a book that I read. It's like one of my daily devotionals. Quote goes like this: God, help me remember that what seems hopeless today can often be solved tomorrow, even if I can't see the solution. In my eyes, what I take away from that quote is just to have faith, to have belief in the unseen, because I believe that that's what faith is. Having like such a thick belief that you don't have to see something, but you feel it in your heart. Like you trust, and you know, without physically seeing it, that it is real, that it is here, that it is present. That's what I feel like God was trying to say. I feel like the reason why a lot of us lack faith, or our faith wavers, is because it's hard to like believe in something that we can't see. It's scary not knowing, and I feel like a lot of us have that need to want to be in control. I'm one of them. So faith can be a challenging thing to adapt in life, but it's a necessity. Same way we go on a plane and we trust and believe that the pilot is going to get us where we need to go. We need to have faith in God like that. The same way, and then there's an analogy. This video is over the real mark, so I'm gonna assume I'm gonna make it a and it just keeps on falling. So I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna make this a thoughts of the day video while I'm in the car. So yeah, like I was saying, like the same way that we get on a plane and we blindly trust a pilot to get us from point A to point B. First of all, a pilot that we don't even know, never seen, never met. Sometimes you see them, rarely, and you hear them, but you don't know who that is. You don't know who the pilot is. You haven't experienced the pilot. You don't trust in the pilot. You don't have a belief. You have to trust the pilot because they have your lives in there. They have your fell again. All right, like I was saying, you have to trust the pilot because hold on, like I was saying. You have to trust the pilot because the pilot has your life in his hands. So when you get on that plane, ultimately, I mean, I don't know what y'all do, but when I go on a plane, I pray because I'm still very scared. But I pray, and I have to literally give it to God and then give it to the pilot and trust that the pilot is going to get me to where I need to go safe and sound. And that's the same way you should be with God. You should surrender your life. You should surrender your problems. You should surrender the good, the bad, the good, the bad, the indifferent. On days when you feel like you're down, give it to God. Have faith that he's going to bring you through. Have faith that he didn't bring you this far to leave you. Have faith in yourself, Kayla. And then also, my mother's neighbor, like my mom's neighbor back in Jamaica, his name is Seymour. I don't know if he's like a neighbor, but he's like a family friend. His name is Seymour. And he gave my mother and like her siblings a piece of advice. The piece of advice was, all you need, I want to say it like him too. He would say, all you need is a mustard seed. All you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. And I'm going to pop up a video of I'm going to put a picture of a mustard seed right here. And just think about that. But think about that, y'all. Like, that's literally all you need. Because once you have that little inch of faith, you can allow that to start to multiply and start to multiply until your faith is like strong as hell and it's rooted. And you don't even have to, when like hard, challenging, or just uneasy times come through in life, you're just like, okay, I'm good. Like, I'm covered. Like, I know God got me. Like, I know that I was not put here to be deserted and left here. I know that there's something on the other side of this. I know that there's light on the other side of the tunnel. I know that there's going to be a rainbow at the end of this rainstorm. I know that even after I'm happy as ever right now, a sad moment is going to come, then a happy moment's going to come, and then I need to have faith in God. When that other sad moment comes, that another happy moment is going to come, and just have faith that I'm going to get the lesson out of these life experiences, and just have faith, like steadfast, immovable faith that doesn't move when the seasons change, because life is in a very weird space right now. The world is in a weird space right now. But I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like faith is the medicine that we all need, including me. I have faith, and my faith, I feel like is very, very rooted. But like sometimes I be letting life get the best of me. Not like, I can't say like I let life get the best of me, period. But sometimes I be letting life, I be falling into like the motions a little bit harder than I should. When if my faith was as strong as I believe it is no way that I would be going into those seats. Like there's no way that I would be experiencing the experience in that way. Because like I've been here before, I know this. Or even if I haven't been here before and it's my first time going through this, I know that God is gonna get me to the other side, the same way he's gonna get you to the other side. Like if you believe in God, I don't know what y'all believe in, but if you don't have a relationship with God, work at that. In the same way I'm talking to my camera right now, really, talking to y'all, is the same way you would sit down and talk to God. Like, prayer does not have to be like what it looks like. Prayer for you doesn't have to be what you see. So if you see somebody get down on their hands and their knees and they clasp their hands and that's how they pray, that's how they pray. I'm not going to say that that's not a dedicated prayer, because I feel like when I really am like deep in prayer, I go to that place. But I'm not going to make the fact that I'm not going to lack my prayer and lack the connection that I'm, continuously building with God because I can't get down on my hands and my knees. You know what I mean? If I'm on a car ride, busting out a prayer. Because it's really just a conversation. If I'm in the shower, busting out a prayer. You know what I'm trying to say? If I'm doing work, busting out a prayer. If I'm whatever it is, like wherever, whatever, whenever. Your prayer doesn't even have to be out loud. Nobody even has to know that you're praying. But you continue to build, strengthen, and cultivate that relationship with God. Because when you connect with God, you connect with yourself. Recognize the God in you. Once you recognize the God in you, you can recognize the God in others. And then you also are able to acknowledge God for who he truly is. Once you realize that God lives within us all. So yeah, I don't know how I got there, but build your faith, y'all. And faith is not something that's going to be, I don't believe in my eyes, that's something that's going to be heightened forever. I believe that it's like every other journey that we go on. It's like a self-love journey. It's like a discipline journey. It's like a self-discovery journey. It's like a relationship. It's ups and downs. It's going to be times when you have faith, but your faith doesn't feel as strong as it needs to or as strong as it used to be. But life comes. And as long as you don't let go of the faith, that's why in my culture we say, well, defeat. Because hold it. Once you let that go, you go with it. So that's why we say hold the faith. Because once you hold on to it, you're rooted. It ain't no stop. Once you're rooted and then you calm down from whatever you're going through and you realize that you're still holding on, then you realize that God's doing something. Then you realize that God's working through you. Then you realize that you're showing up, because the faith is like, that's your push. You know what I mean? That's the driving force. That's what's allowing you to keep going, because you don't see nothing. You just got to feel it. You just got to feel it. You just got to trust it, and you just got to believe it, even when you don't feel it. But you just got to know, and you just got to remember. And I guess that wraps my thoughts of the day. I'm trying to think of anything else that's on my mind right now. This was really supposed to be a reel, but ends up being a video because I know it's hard for me to make those reels. I be talking too much. So it's so hard for me to just do 1 minute and 30 seconds. Like, doesn't fit because my mouth and my brain, like my brain is literally going. I can't even pinpoint what I want to like talk about, because it just be like, it's like, like that image of the gear shifts. The gears just, so yeah. Love y'all.